Hi, everyone. Hello. I am Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. Hey, everyone. How are you doing? Hi, everybody. Hey. You know what? I need to turn up my calendar for a moment. Turn it up for what? Yeah, so how is everybody doing? How are you on this Saturday? Sorry I had a bit of a late start. I was up till, 6 in the morning doing work, and then I was like, oh no. Hey, Cyclonus. Hey, Javai, Ice Bunny, Rissa, PH. Super tough. It depends on the day. It depends on the day. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes I'm like, oh no, you've got a migraine attack. Hold on one moment. Give me a second. The students are yelling. I know I've got like a mute button and I don't even know where it is. It's fine. I'm tired from waking up at 6 a.m. for no reason because my math games got canceled. Oh, that's super unfortunate, PH. I gotta tell you, I think it's not good to, I should probably cut my fingernails. It's not good to cancel at the last minute. It's no good. I mean, sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes you cannot help it. But generally speaking, I think, like, I'm of the opinion that if you're going to miss a game, you need to tell people well ahead of time. Sometimes it happens that you cannot do that, but generally speaking, I think it's really important because, because with some games you don't play if the people aren't there, and people need to know so they can have other plans, I'm just saying. Iceman says, a student's mute button? Sorry, my English will be more crappy than normal. It's all right. Yeah, Rissa says, sudden onset sick is an exception. Right. I mean, like, you get sudden onset sick or some kind of emergency happens, that's totally doable. But, like, if you know that you're not going to make it, you should let people know. Because some people are living in Europe and need to wake up at 6 in the morning so they can make it to the game. And if there's not going to be a game, they should probably know. So what is my, I've got news, and I'm looking at my calendar right now, so I have to tell you something. Someone have a new brain for me? One not hurting and knowing how to write, please. I mean, if I were going to get a new brain for you, it would involve murdering someone and then stealing their brain and then implanting their brain in your brain, and I'm not even a surgeon. I feel like it wouldn't work out well. I don't recommend it. Do not ask me for a brain transplant. I feel the same way about a lot of my work meetings. Yeah, same thing with work meetings. Like, let's know what's going on. Shavai says, at the very least, if it's on a time people have to wake up for, or in general make a schedule change, cancel at the time they're likely to see it before becoming fully committed to said change, such as sleeping in order to wake up early for the game. Yes, 100%, 100%. I totally agree. There was something I was going to, oh, right. So I've got bad news, I think, or maybe good news. But is that not what all doctors get told? So let me just check this one thing here. It's Parents' Weekend. So here's the thing. What is this? Ooh, wait. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F, that's bad, or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain. Then a P, Phi, and a Mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time. And there isn't any name that I can rhyme. But if the first two letters are ever the same, I drop them both and say the name like Bob. Bob, drop the B's, Bo, Ob, or Fred. Fred, drop the F's, for Red, or Mary. Mary, drop the M's, Mo, Airy. That's the only rule that is contrary. Barantor, 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 Bo, Arantor, Banana, Fana, Fo, Farantor, Fee, Fi, Mo, Marantor. Barantor. Thank you so much for the resub, Barantor. So I had the sound off because I didn't want you to be hearing Horizon Zero Dawn while I was playing the banjo for you. You know, and then I didn't want it, but I still hear it, and I didn't want to be distracted by it while I was playing the banjo, so I took my headphones off, and then I was like, oh no, like that. Yeah, I'm just saying, that's all. Thank you for the resub, Barantor. Barantor, it's 5 months. You're like 6 months old. Like, you're excellent. Thank you. Also, it's good to see you. The GM pinged me at 4 a.m. to see if I was still good to go. I think he forgot I slept at that time. Yeah. No. I got the music in. There we go. Atomica, welcome in. Yes, Honey Baked Shenanigans. This is the t-shirt commemorating the 4-shot superheroes game I played with Little Red Dot, where I was Zeke Hart, the prospector, and we dealt with Honey Baked Shenanigans, because Stiver was wearing a Honey Baked Hamill shirt, and then we, this is what we did. No, I have not played the banjo yet. You did not miss it. I've been distracted with comments because I've got like news. Never explained the joke. Open house was amazing. Oh, good. Atomica went to open house for a university he wants to go to, and apparently it was amazing. This is good. I need to take this off right now. Here, you don't need to hear this in a moment. There, and then I need to not hear this. So I won't forget the news. But what I wanted to tell you was, oh, dang it. I need to respond to this email, don't I? Oh, well, that's fine. Wait, who sends me this email about this thing that I'm doing? Jeff does. So the thing is, all right, what do we have? You can cross all things. Oh, good. I hope it. All right, Parents Weekend. Let's see. When do they need me? So I'm supposed to MC, and I'm MCing from 2:15 to 6 p.m. on, hey students, on the 26th. Right. Okay. So I've got better news. I've got some good news and some bad news is what I have. So let's see. Let me put this in there. And oh, Volpez, I do too many things and you don't even know. I ended up saying yes to this. What? Oh, I know what's going on. Hey, no, come back over here. Here, there we go. I was pressing the wrong buttons, everybody. But luckily, we're still streaming. I was like, what? No, I know, but this one thing I really think I had to say yes to, because if I didn't, it would have been a trouble. You know, like, there's some things, yeah. Like this one, the person who asked me to, look, so this is what happened. I was asked to give this sort of big keynote speech at UCLA by my advisor, my old advisor, and there's trouble right here in River City. And I said, And the thing is, you know, he's my advisor. A person that they asked beforehand dropped off at last minute, so now they have no person to fill in this really important thing. And also, he's writing me letters of recommendation for fellowships, and so I had to say yes. So I'm in November. I am flying over to Los Angeles, probably early Thursday morning to give a talk Thursday night, and then Friday I'm flying from Los Angeles to Seattle so that I can give a panel at Geek Girl Con, and then I'm flying back to teach. It's you know, hey, thank you for the crossing of the arms and legs, Ice Bunny, because let me tell you what I need. I need a fellowship. But so yeah, this is going to conflict a little bit, and I just need to let you know what's going on for next week. Yeah, it's going to be a rough week. It's going to, because I'm going to like teach, fly, give a talk, fly, give another talk, fly, teach. It's going to be, oh gosh, Barantor, I hope I get that fellowship so bad. Yeah, Kalan, I know you understand it. So look, let me tell you about next week. And then, by the way, I'm going to sing We're in the Money. So next week, we have a guest speaker that is coming and giving a talk on Thursday night, and I have to be there. Oh, Atomica. Also, we should talk about that. We should talk about that, Atomica, about letters of rec. Cyclonus says, it's homecoming this weekend in the college town I live in. It's by far the biggest event of the year, and it's awful. Yeah, right. So that's the thing. This next week, on Thursday, I can't stream because I've got this event that I actually have to go to, and that'll be a problem. And then on Saturday, I can stream, but I'm emceeing Parents' Day weekend, which is our homecoming, and I'm doing that for 4 hours. Like I'm doing like 4 hours worth of like, hey everybody, here's this event, here's this group up next, acapella group, blah 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 blah, and so I'm going to have to stop the stream early on Saturday so I can get to the emceeing, but I will start. So this is what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I am going to, because I cannot stream Thursday and Saturday is going to be, you know, an early cutoff date, and the week after that is our national conference, the AMS conference, which means I've got to go and be at a bunch of events, and I'm probably going to miss I'm probably not going to miss the Saturday stream because I don't think there are any papers I want to see Saturday morning, but I might. I don't know. So the thing is, no, the thing about flying is in November, but here's what I'm thinking. The main letter of recommendation is the R because it's the first one. Maybe the E, N, or M because they're in there twice. It's fair. You, the toast monster in English, the toast auntie. So it might be just a chat stream on Saturday, but this is what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Because next week I cannot stream on Thursday and have to end early on Saturday. And the week after, I may have no streams at all because of our national conference, although I might be able to get the Saturday in. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to say this here and now, even though Road to Rillier, Road to Rillier is not that week. Road to Rillier is the 10th, and I do not have anything on the 10th. I've got Madness this weekend, Madness next weekend, Road to Rillier the weekend after that, and then the weekend after that is the weekend that I'm flying to 2 different cities to give talks all there all the time. We are Nerdsmith! Nerdsmith! How are you doing? How are you doing? What are you up to? What are you doing? What's going on? How are you? Me and literally mom's sister, we are very particular. So here's what I'm going to tell you. This is what I'm going to tell you. Because of the fact that next week and the week after is going to be so miserable in terms of streaming schedule, and that the weekend after might also be tricky because of cons, this is what I'm going to do. I'm saying it now to commit to it, which means that after stream today, I'm going to have to start working on overlays. So next Friday, I'm going to do a thing. I'm doing very well, working hard, too much to do, not enough time. Oh, I know we are Nerdsmith. I know this so hardcore. So this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm telling you. Oh, and then like on the November 9th, I think I'm doing an event. That's fine. No, November 8th, I'll be doing an event as well. But that's a Friday. You don't need to worry about that. So here's what I'm doing. I'm committing to this because of the disruption of the stream schedule, and I want to see you all. Next week on Friday, let's say 6 o'clock my time, right? Not, yes, wait, November the 9th. November the 9th, November the 9th, I am doing a stream over on Nerdsmith Academy. That is very exciting. What's the date? I wrote it. Hey, T-Girl. What is the date? I know the date. What is the time? I know my train of thought, hovercraft. Like what? Wait, what is the? I have it written down. No, noon Pacific. That's what it is. No. Yes. So the 9th of November, I'm doing a show with Nerdsmith, a one shot, which is very exciting. Okay, so I'm giving you an announcement. It's my announcement. So because of the disruption of streaming for the next couple of weeks, because of basically academic work, because work's showing up and they make me work at night. This is, and our conference and all that, next Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and I will end it before Deadwood. So next Friday, this coming Friday, I am going to do a solo RPG on my channel. There's an RPG called Lost, and it's about being in a labyrinth. You're lost in a labyrinth, and you play solitaire, but the cards are monsters, and you tell the story. So I am going to go, and we're gonna try playing a solo RPG on my channel and see how it goes and what it's like and what it's about. I think we'll do Lost. So because Thursday I cannot stream, and Saturday will be short, Friday, I will be doing a solo RPG on my channel. And I'm excited to see what it's like and what it's about. So that's going to be like, that's exciting. And so next week will be Little Red Dots, Purloin Code, and then this solo RPG on my channel. And, oh no, Atomica, no! Atomica, go stream. So I'm excited, and that'll sort of make up for the last Purloin was really good. I don't even know how we're going to deal with it when we get back, and that's going to be that'll be our way to sort of make up for missing a couple of streams, and I'll work out more things to sort of make up for it. So we finish Night in the Woods on Halloween. Oh, that actually might be true. Is that true? I don't actually, probably not, because the week after is I may not be able to stream at all, or if so, only on Saturday because of our national conference, right? So this is what I'm saying. Yes, I am hosting Undeadwood. Well, the thing is, actually, I might also be able to host. So next week, have you on headsets? That's fine. I may be able to host Critical Role on Thursday anyway, because I'm gonna have to go to this talk. And then the talk starts at 5:30, which means it's going to go into my stream time, but I'll probably be back in time to host Critical Role because, it's late. So I'm pretty much thinking next week, Purloin Code on Wednesday, Thursday, not streaming, but hosting Critical Role and being there for that. Friday, solo RPG on my channel. I'm going to have to get music. I've got stuff to do. And then Saturday, a short stream because I'll have to call it early to sort of do MC work. And then the week after, if I'm lucky, one stream. If I'm not lucky, no streams, because I don't yet know if I've got to do meetings on Saturday morning. Yeah, that's all. So here's what. First off, Rissa donated bits. Monster curator. That's probably true. I'm a monster curator. So, Rissa donated bits. I just wanted to let you know that the schedule for the next couple of weeks is going to be a little bit miserable, but I'm going to try to make up on it. And, you know, this coming week will be what it is. The week after that is AMS, and I am doubtful. I'm doubtful. But then the week after that will be fine, and then the week after that will be not great because I'm flying all over the place for talks. But then we should be good again. That's what it's looking like. If I get this part-time library job at the uni, I can maybe start streaming in my free time. Oh, cool on, that would be awesome. I love it when people stream. I love that. Hey, Brian, 1122334455667788. The man with the banjo. The banjo was forged from the wood of a 6 billion-year-old tree. The strings are made out of the rarest spider webs from a spider from the depths of hell, and probably played by the god of the troopers. This is true, actually. This is 100% true. Also, what? We Are Nerdsmith. You converted your Twitch Prime sub to a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is... I'd be on blurbing and making chat directed by Point and Click Adventures. Yes, Point and Click Adventures are the best. I love Point and Click. So look, I'm going to sing We're in the Money for you right now. Stop trying. You're just trying to distract me. Airway and hey, the anime. Airway and hey, the anime. Eve way at gale at way of way at way it wakes te ute it gale young way. Airway and hey, the anime. Wait, no, wait, T-Girl, I gotta stop this. No, wait, here. Let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bow at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can rhyme. T-girl, 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 bo B-girl, banana, fana, fo fee girl, fee, fi, mo, me girl. T-girl. Woo! Thank you, T-girl, for the sub. Welcome into the Foxhole, all official-like, and, you know, pull up a seat in the Foxhole, but sometimes you get seats. Thank you so much. Yay, thank you. And I had to turn, like, sorry, because I've got volume on and off because I'm gonna, you know, here's the thing. I've got the, married people in the chat making me happy. Here, I'm turning off your volume again. No, I have to interrupt the singing for singing, right? I have to interrupt the singing for singing. See, it's true. They just met here in chat just 5 minutes ago, and now they're married. It was a real fast relationship. I mean, but sometimes love finds each other on the internet. T-Girl's like, yes, that's exactly how it happened. So, the bit song. Oh, wait. Yes. Hold on. We Are Nerdsmith. Let me make you a regular so you can post links. Hold on a second. Wait. Wait. I married someone, like, that's why I married someone on the internet. In 5 minutes, it ended poorly. All right, I think it's reg add We Are Nerdsmith. Yes, you may now post links. Nerdsmith, post them away. So as I was saying, in honor of the bits that have come through, Airway and hey, the anime. Airway and hey, the anime. Eve way at gale at way of way at way it wakes te ute at gale young way. Airway and hey, the anime. E the I skays are ani say. Old man the adiation pray uyare thre you after unway on rayo. E way ever eat red lands lay of way at brains lay you te day. And when we see the end, the order will look left, the I get in the IA. We're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. I don't know, by the way, oh, the kid just threw yeah, you gotta watch out for like folks being loud next door. I hate that. By the way, you realize that we're gonna do our Pig Latin stream really soon, right? We only have one more session of A Night in the Woods, which we'll do as soon as we can get there. It will probably be in more weeks than I care to think about. But we're gonna finish Night in the Woods in like, what, 2 weeks maybe? And once we finish it, we're gonna do a stream in Pig Latin. It's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like we've got a, what is this? This is not the finger pick I want to use. This one is. Sorry, I've got to get the right finger picks on. So here's the thing. I'm gonna play a song for you. This is not the finger pick either. Where's my finger pick? Hold on, it's in here somewhere. See, I've got a bunch of different. You can't see. I've got a bunch of. There we go. I've got a bunch of different finger picks, but there's only one pair that I actually like the best. No. There we go. Because, like this one doesn't work. This one's way too thin. I don't like that one at all. This one's fine, but I really like, yeah. Anyway, my point is I've got a bunch of different finger picks. And there's only one set of finger picks that I actually really like to play. But that's fine. There we go. I forgot to talk about the finger pick and the strap. You didn't tell me about where they come from. Yeah, they are. They're just like my favorite dice. So I'm gonna play for you a song. And here's the deal. This week has been sort of madness and I've not been able to practice. So I'm gonna just play a song knowing that I'll be that I'm out of practice. Just, right, that I've not been able to. There's students out there. See, if you interrupt the singing with the singing, I'll just sing and then I'll have to, like, it's like a call and response stack in programming. You just sort of pop out of the loop, do the other singing, and then pop back into the loop is what happens. So there's been a song that I've been practicing all week to play for you all, but then I'm not going to play that one. I'm going to play this other one instead. So I'm going to play the one that I've practiced less than the one that I've practiced more. And why? Because I'm making poor choices. So this is Down the Road by the Foggy Mountain Boys. And again, we're gonna, yeah, because I don't shy from challenges, that's why. guess it. Hey, go eat rice. How are you doing? How are you? Woo. Thank you. So, because here's the thing. I've been playing non-bluegrass songs for you this whole time. Every single week, I come in and I play a pop song for you all. But I was like, I should probably just play a bluegrass song. And I do like this one. Like, I like it. I like it. Krellin says, I did not interrupt the singing with the singing because I'm a good person. Krellin is a good person. Yeah, like, I do love good rest. Falcon says, it's a good song. Also, I'm on a square of 8. I'm on square 8 of that blanket now. Ooh, how many squares do you have left? Falcon, how many do you have left? So here's the thing. I wanted to give you a little bit of bluegrass, and there's this one song that I love more than anything, but I have not played it in a couple of years, and I don't even remember how to play it, but I want to play it because it's so amazing, and that one is going to take a little bit of practice to get back under my fingers because it's actually a really complicated song, and also I don't know if I can sing it anymore because my voice dropped quite a lot. And it's one of those bluegrass songs that you sing in the high lonesome sound. And this is also because it's got a lot of complicated finger picking, not one you can transcribe to a different key, not really easily. Okay, but it's called Sweet Thing. 9 squares. Oh, 9 squares. Falcon, you're almost done. Like, this is gonna be awesome. You're almost finished. But like the song is called Sweet Thing, and it's basically a blues. It's a sort of bluegrass blues song, and it's really good. But like the singing of it, it's like, sweet thing, I'm writing this letter to you. The words have been blotted with tears. It's like, and it's super high in the chorus part, it's like, sweet thing, I love you. You know that it's true. Don't you remember that way? Like, it's super high. And I used to be able to sing it years and years and years ago, but I probably... Like, it is questionable if I can sing that song now, because it is like, it's by the Osborne Brothers, and it's beautiful, and I love it, but my voice has dropped, and I am now a baritone, and as a baritone, that is not a song. I need to be a high tenor to sing that song, and so I don't know if I could sing it. We will see. We will see. Like, it is possible, but it's questionable. Yeah, no, Atomica asked if I could sing it deep. The problem is that it's a high lonesome song. Like, I could just pop it down an octave real easy. Sweet thing, I'm writing this letter to you. The words have been blotted with tears. Maybe I could try it. Sweet thing, I love you. You know that it's true. Don't you remember that day? Yeah, maybe I should just pop it down an octave. It's not going to give you that sound, though, because we're baritones up basses. This is true. This is true. I might be able to do it an octave down. I might be able to do it. I'm going to try it. But it's going to... Right, but as Falcon notes, the sound isn't quite right because it's supposed to be this, like, keening, yearning, like, way up in your voice kind of a thing. And the picks are forged from the core of a sword for the god of war, and the strap was taken from Rambo. That's good. That's good, Brian. And the problem, you did it. I can't, you see, hey, that sounds good. But see, the thing is, again, though, like, part of it is, like, this yearning sound. Like, do I, hold on, maybe I can, do I have it? Yeah, baritone is in the middle. Let me see. Let me get my library. I don't know if, let me see. I know I'm not supposed to play things on the internet because they get mad at me, but nonetheless, hold on. Let me, oh, you know what's going on here right now? This will be a problem. This will be a problem. How do I do this for you all? You know what I'm gonna have to do? Here, let me see if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. Let's see. No, I don't want that. I want, dang it, here. This is what we're gonna do. Oh, you know what I can do? I know what I can do. If I do that, you're still gonna hear things. You know what? Fine. I'm gonna quit out of the PS4 remote play. I will come back to it, but I'm gonna quit out of it right now so that I can play this little bit of a song for you. Here, just like I'm gonna play just a little bit because I want you to hear the voice. It's like, it's got this beautiful high lonesome sound, but I'm gonna tell you, it's hard for a baritone to sing. So here you go. Wait, you can't hear it. Let me do this. Putting the volume back on for you. So this is the song that I want to practice again because I could play it. I could play it, but here we go.
Sweet thing, I'm writing this letter to you. Your name will be blotted with tears. Please read it, then answer and tell me it's true.
Wait till we do the chorus. Kind of wait, hear how it goes.
Your love will remain through the years. Sweet thing, I love you. You know that it's true. Don't you remember that day? As we grow older, I know you'll forget. That's why I'm writing this way.
Yeah, that's Sweet Thing, which I love that song, but the last time I sang it was, yeah, right? See, T-Girl knows, right? There's this keening timbre, right, that's in when you sing High Lonesome. And the thing about singing High Lonesome, is that not only, because it's if you sing it in falsetto, you can't sing it in falsetto because like you can pop in the falsetto a little bit, but if you go full into your head voice, you lose the effect. You need to sing in your chest voice with a little bit of a mix, but as high as possible in your chest voice, and that will get you the high lonesome sound, right? If you go full into your head voice, you lose the high lonesome sound because it's about a kind of a particular tension that you get, because you want to be able to sing like, you got to sing like, to get that high lonesome sound, there's a, yeah, it's a thing and it's beautiful and I love it, but my voice has dropped quite a lot and I don't know if I can sing it. I think I can still play it. I've got to get my fingers back for it, but yeah. So anyway, I think this might be one of the casualties of transition, that when I went from a tenor to a baritone, that I may not be able to sing that song anymore. And if that is true, I will be so sad. Yeah, right. T-Girl says there's this teeny bit of almost strain that makes the sound, right? And that is so true. And there's like, it's this particular sort of quality that you get that if I broke it down an octave, it just wouldn't have that quality because I'd be in a more relaxed sort of space and it won't give you that sort of, it's almost a wail. Do you know what I mean? Like it's almost like a keening wail to get that high lonesome sound. And I don't know. It's a song that I may have lost, and that'll make me a little bit sad. Not that I understand anything of what Trooper just said. Are there songs that you can only sing now that you've come to love? I had a pretty deep voice before transition, and so there were a bunch of things that I could sing, but I didn't have the resonance, and now there are a bunch of things that I sing now that I couldn't sing before. I mean, I could sing them before, like I sang them before, it was fine, but I didn't have the resonance, and now I've got this great resonance for my lower, like my low end has just expanded, and I can sort of hit things with a richness now. So I sing a lot of the same songs, but now I can sing a bunch of them with a real sort of richness and strength, which makes me super happy. Sue Tripper the Third, may I tell a joke? You may certainly tell a joke, Brian. Yeah, no, it's true. There's not a lot of music made for baritones. You can get like some Elvis actually is pretty good. So like I've got a better richness with Elvis now. So it's true, Atomica. What you're trying to say is that I don't have the range. I do not, and I can work on it. But the problem is it's going to be, it will not have that timbre quality. And if you would sing it as high as it intended to, you would get heiser. What does a moose say to his son when he's dropping him off to school? I don't know, Brian. What does a moose say to his son when he's dropping him off to school? What? Bison. Brian 112233445566778. What is that? Why did you tell me that joke? That was the best one ever. I love that joke. That made me very happy. Stacy says, tell Laura I love her. Sounds like it has some kind of... Yeah, no, it does actually, right? So Ice Bunny, who says she does not understand what I'm saying. Your voice has different registers. The dad jokes weaken the banjo king. No, they strengthen me. Those dad jokes strengthen me only. Lose your voice. Guess brain turn German for a bit. It's possible. No, so your voice has different registers, right? You can sort of sing. I think people will like they're different registers for the voice. People will tend to say head voice and chest voice. People will often call a man's head voice a falsetto, which I find offensive, and I do not like it, because it implies that it is false and not proper for men to sing in their head voice, that they shouldn't be doing it. And this is about the ways... Oh, I will see you get back, Atomica. This is about the ways in which we teach singing, classical singing. We sort of emphasize a gender binary in the way that we teach singing in a way that is super sexist and gross. If you've ever taken classical voice lessons, and I have... in different contexts. With women, they tend to train women's head voice the entire time. They're like, oh, you're a woman, sing in your head voice all the time. And so that's all that women are sort of taught to do. And they're like, they'll get some chest voice, but I mean, I've seen articles saying, oh, never let your women sing their chest voice. It's so bad for them, blah, blah, blah. But then men, they almost teach to sing exclusively in their chest voice and not in their head voice. And so there's like a real kind of gender binary sort of sexist thing in how we teach singing technique, but so that you know what I'm talking about, because Ice Bunny, you don't, right? I didn't develop a chest voice until I stopped classical lessons, right? Because they don't teach you, and it's ridiculous, right? Because all people have an entire range of sound that is available to them, but our teaching doesn't necessarily give them all of that. Krellin says, yeah, the lack of training in falsetto for men means a lot of people are surprised and impressed when men do so, right? So here's the difference. We have bigger chests even. If you put your hand, it's the head voice versus the chest voice is where your voice is resonating. Your break is a bit ridiculous. Oh, I'm working my break. So if I sing here, this is my chest voice. If I touch, I'm resonating here, la da 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 da, and I can go higher. And once I go higher, there's gonna be a break where I flip registers. And what a lot of classical training does is to teach you to make that break as smooth as possible, so you can't necessarily hear it. That's what they practice on. But when you get into your head voice, I'm not warmed up. But head voice is up here, and I'm singing in my head voice. I'm singing right here, right now. And while I am singing, I'm resonating here. This is where I'm singing today. Right? So, like, this would be, hello, Keanu Baka. I have played Morrowind. Morrowind is my favorite Elder Scrolls game. I love Morrowind. I think it's great. Krellin hates Morrowind, but I love Morrowind. It's my favorite of the Elder Scrolls games. I love it for many, many reasons, and I could go on for like a couple hours why I love it so much. But it is my favorite. I think it is I think it's the best in terms of story. It's not the only thing. I disagree with you, Krellin. That is the only thing that we disagree on. Wait, what? Oh! Right, so your head voice is here. I'm singing, you know, I'm singing in the rain. I'm singing in the rain. Now, the thing is that, it's my favorite story too, and I think the world building is really good. So head voice is always the way you can sing. Well, head voice is higher than your chest voice in terms of timbre. At the different sides of what Vivek, oh yeah. But also, I love the sort of the idea of whether or not, I love the fact that you're the chosen one only because you passed the test, but if you didn't pass the test, you wouldn't have been the chosen one. That there's a kind of a real Schrodinger's cat idea about the chosen one. Like, you're not actually special until you did it, and you could have not done it, and then you wouldn't have been it. And there's something really cool about the way that they sort of deal with the idea of the chosen one in a slightly different way, and I love that. I think it's so good. So yeah, and technically we probably have about 4 different registers. I am your father. No! Chest voice, head voice. So you've got, right, I think people tend to have like actually more than just 2 registers, but for the record. I made an Altmer, Nerevarine, so he has the same look as Nerevar. Oh, nice. Who I also played a dwarf who mantled Nerevar. I played a Dunmer who was an outsider, and so that had all this really complicated relationship. Like, did I want to be the Nerevar? Because my people, I'm not from where, like, I'm a dark elf, but I'm not from Morrowind, so all the Morrowind people are like, get out of here, you outsider. But like, this is supposed to be my homeland, but they're not accepting me. But then I could be the Nerevar, but maybe this is just a plot by the Emperor to undermine the autonomy of Morrowind, and then do I want to participate in the undermining of the people of Morrowind, but who are my people, but they don't accept me? Like, I had such great internal conflict playing that in a way that I just did not have with Oblivion at all. Totally lying on that as well, more like hiding the corpus disease and not suffering from it. And then you get fun texture versus flute versus reed, vibrato versus non-vibrato. Yes, wait, Trooper, you were an American Jew who returned to Israel and were maybe the Messiah, but how could the Messiah not speak Hebrew? Yeah, you know, it was good. It was good. Like, I thought it was really, there was a lot in there that you could do interesting things with. My current Morrowind character is an inept thief called Enwa. So every time I pick something up, it's like they're scolding me. Enwa! My teacher always said to think high notes down. And the reason why your teacher told you that, Ice Bunny, is because you're a woman. If you were a man, your teacher would not have told you that. Your teacher would have told you to think low notes up. I'm just saying that the way that we teach voice is gendered in super sketch ways, is all that I'm saying. For me, my voice teacher even tried to train me to speak only in my head voice. I know, it's... So, T-Girl, this is what my research is on. All of my writing, like what I spend a lot of my time doing is writing about the voice and how we gender the voice and how we teach people to speak or sing and what that says about gender. And I am just so unbelievably frustrated by the ways in which we tell men that this part of their voice is not something that is natural for them to sing in. We tell women that this part of their voice is not natural for them to sing in. We create this binary that doesn't actually exist, because men and women have at least a 1 octave overlap in their voices on average in their speaking range. And if their singing range, once you train, the overlap is great. Like, men and women are not from Mars and Venus. Like, they're not from separate planets. There's like, oh my goodness, it makes me so mad. Makes me so mad. PH says, the guy who records my songs encourages me to sing high because he thinks it's how I sound best. Which, like, we sound great in all sorts of different parts of our voices. You know, we have different timbres there. And like, I'm sorry, I have not warmed up my head voice today. You know, you got to do your woo to sort of get your head voice in, and I did not practice it today, but woo, that's my head voice. Woo is my chest voice, right? So you've got those spaces, and if you go up, la la da 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 da, you want to try to make that transition as smooth as possible. But some people, we call a break, that transition is not smooth, but you just have to practice it. Da, 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 da. Japan genders language to an extreme too. Men and women use different versions of I, me, we. Oh yeah, and in Korean as well, there are different sort of language practices based on gender. There's like men's language, women's language, and children's language. Yeah. Hiragana and katakana are gender too. Yep. T-Girl says, I'm a caller to a soprano who naturally has a lower speaking voice, and it drove my teacher nuts. Your teacher should maybe not be gross. Do you know what's really interesting? Speaking of speaking voices, but Javai says, as a whole, there may be trends towards any direction between genders, but I imagine that, like in most things, the difference between individuals matters more than the difference between genders, meaning that assumptions based on sex or gender is useless most of the time. Totally, Javai. That is 100% true. And you know what I mean? I mean, come on. So here's the thing. It's so interesting about voice. PH says, when I talk about non-binary people in Dutch, it's much harder, yeah. Our language seems less to use gender-neutral phrases. And I know that there have been non-binary folks who've been really working hard how to try to sort of include non-binariness. I forgot there are non-binary pronouns in German. I'm sure there are now for other spaces, but I can't remember what they are. They're new ones. Kathleen Turner must drive voice teachers crazy. Yes. So here's the thing. So fascinating. Are you ready? So interesting. It's about the way that we gender the voice. So if you look at people's range, right, there is what is, let's say, natural for an individual person's median speaking tone. So if you look at because people have a range of there's a speaking range, right? If you sort of think about notes, right? If this is the range of notes, there's a range in which people speak. And for each individual person, there's like a median average speaking tone. This is where their voice should naturally be sort of naturally speaking. Like if you look at your voice sort of naturally, this is where it would fall. So, but here's what's really interesting. They've done studies, and what they've shown is that women tend to speak higher than their natural average median speaking tone, and men tend to speak lower than their median speaking tone. But as people get older and are stressed less, their voices are less pressured by society. Their voices tend to sort of come back to where they should be. So we basically pressure people to speak in places that are not their naturally where their voice would fit, in order to encourage the idea that men and women are so very different. Like, and this is like just training that we give people from the time they're about 6 or so. Doesn't have the range, and Garwin doesn't have the range. Javai says, my high school psychology teacher answered pretty much any question about differences with saying that the difference between individuals is larger than the difference between gender or sex, and I found that good. And it's true. It is true. Ice Bunny says, the Germans are a bit over-gendering. My education teachers did this with Lehrerinnen when you consider that the neutral and male grammars are the same. Yeah, that's why people are trying to come up with, I mean, like, all of my feminist friends in Germany were like really not about using the male as the gender neutral. But now, right now, there's a generation of non-binary folks that are working in Germany to try to get new pronouns. Less pressure from society. When does that start? Starts when you're like super old and don't care anymore. We are Nerdsmith. when you're super old, actually. We do need a Shirley Bassey emoticon. We need to work on that. Yeah, so there was basically retirement is true. Yeah, Krellin. It's like once you hit retirement age, then a lot of these things sort of move. So here's the thing. I was going to tell you. Oh, wait. I keep getting distracted. Oh, yeah, I remember now. So here's the thing. Are you ready? This is so fascinating and also messed up, but it's fascinating. So people can tell whether or not somebody... you know, boomers aren't retiring either. So, like, boomers are, what? I keep getting distracted. What? That never happens. Boomers aren't retiring. That's why nobody gets jobs. That's why young people can't get jobs, because boomers are staying in their jobs forever. Like, so, you know. So here's the thing. People can tell if you're a man or a woman by listening to your voice. They're like, I can tell if you're a man or a woman by listening to your voice. But Christy, Trooper's distracted, but Christy also not an elf because of copyright reasons. And Gen X doesn't exist, so we don't get to retire. It's all fair. Boomers. So you can tell someone's, whether or not someone is male or female, whatever that means, by listening to their voice. Now, here's the fascinating thing. So this is super interesting. People, there have been sort of linguistic studies that show that people can tell whether or not someone is a boy or a girl by listening to their voice as early as about 3 or 4 years old. And by that I mean, if I listen to a 5-year-old, I can tell that's a boy or a girl by listening to their voice, or 12-year-old, or a 10-year-old, or an 8-year-old, or a 13-year-old, right? And they say that you can start being able to hear the difference between boys and girls about the age of 3 or 4. But here's the thing: boys and girls have no difference in their vocal mechanism at 3 and 4, not physiologically. You don't get any kind of difference in your vocal mechanism until puberty hits, right? That's when actually testosterone hits the vocal cords and thickens things and changes things up. So before puberty, there is no difference physiologically in the vocal mechanism between boys and girls, but we can tell the difference. We can tell if someone's a boy or a girl vocally because we start teaching children right away how to speak as if they're a boy or a girl. So we start gendering people that young. We may not think we are, but we are. So we're teaching boys to not be expressive with their voice, to use a smaller range, right? To not use, like, there are all these little details, and it's not about pitch. How we can tell if someone is a boy or a girl, right? These things are so ridiculous because they're all social constructs. How we can tell if someone is not about the pitch you use, but it's about all these other details about how you speak. And healthcare, yeah. But is that not who they listen to? Yeah. So right, exactly right. So those kids, they pick up the gendered expectations. We teach kids what it means to be a boy or what it means to be a girl super, super young. And so we teach girls that they should use pitch, for emphasis. And we teach boys they should use volume for emphasis. And we teach girls that it's really positive and useful. Yeah, exactly. Krellin is correct. Like, we're not consciously teaching them to be gendered, but kids are super smart, right? We give them all these subtle indications of how they're supposed to be speaking if they want to fit in. Paladin says, for something called boomers, they don't explode enough for my liking. Now I'm imagining just like explosions walking down the street. And I think that we don't even realize, and the problem is that this is not natural, right? This is not natural. People are not naturally this way, but we have taught them to be this way. And it's because we don't play the 1812 Overture enough. Maybe people would start exploding if we played the 1812 Overture. That's entirely possible. Mature audiences, am I old enough for this? Certainly not mature enough. I don't know. Hey, Crit Twitch, you might be. Hey, I put this in there because I don't want anybody yelling at me if like a 12-year-old. Yes. There would certainly be more explosions if there was more 1812 Overture. So there's this thing where we internalize ways of speaking. And not even just ways of speaking, ways of using our hands and our body. We body how we move in space, right? So, for example, it is gendered to gesture with your hands and your wrist and your elbow. That is gendered feminine, but it's gendered masculine to sort of like make definitive gestures in this way. Like we gender all of these things, and this is stupid, right? It's stupid to imagine that this gender is the way that girls naturally use their hands, but like this gender is the way that men naturally use their hands. Like it's bizarre, but we have trained ourselves this, and then we think that it's natural, that it's inborn somehow. This is just how men and women are, but we learned it. And so when people say that gender is a social construct, that's what they mean. They mean that we think that it is masculine to wear blue, but feminine to wear pink, because last century that was flipped, right? In the 19th century, it was masculine to wear pink and it was feminine to wear blue. We think that it is natural somehow that men don't cry, when of course men can cry. What is that, right? So like we have these things that we have sort of taught ourselves that we think that are just, these are made up things. But then, and then we punish people if they don't do them. But then, and then we think they're natural, but they're not natural. They're not natural at all. Right? Carlin says, I'm imagining a comedy skit like this now. There's too many boomers. Why aren't they exploding? 1812. And then a band walks down the street playing it. And a couple of people just explode as they go by. That would be hilarious. I think two girls are not good at math, and why thinking two girls are not good at math, and why would a girl do more than ninth grade because someone will marry? Yeah, no, I mean, all these things are the ways in which, and the thing is, people are punished for not doing these things. I don't need a shoulder to cry on. I can do that all on my own, right? And it's not, and the thing is, people are punished, right? People are punished for deviating from these social norms. And when you're punished as like a small person, you learn very quickly not to do those things, or you continue to do them and you get bullied. But like we teach people how to be in these categories. T-Girl says, Ice Bunny, I thought I was terrible at math until I went back to school and aced my class. Exactly. PH says, just like autistic people are punished. Exactly. That's exactly right. Autistic people are punished because they don't fit within, because we have like neurotypical norms, as well as gender norms, as well as racial norms, as well as class norms. And if you don't fall into those norms, you get punished. Or left-handers, like we just do this, and we could not do that. We could try not to do that maybe, and not punish people in these ways for just being different. But you know, and I think that the Chuck Norris ever cries, which is a shame because his tears cure cancer. Share. Hello. Javai says, also the way we define gender is the obviously correct way, and everyone in the past that didn't do it that way went against their very nature and often ignore cultures or parts of cultures that go against it, because people love using history as a word to prove their points, no matter if it is accurate or not, right? That is completely true. And I mean, I think about things like little things like, okay, so this is fascinating. And by the way, we're gonna play Horizon Zero Dawn, but so, for example, I don't know if you know this, but in the 18th century or so, like before modern masculinity, like sort of modern gender ideas that we get are kind of, and I'm going to say this and Krellin's going to get mad. He's not going to get mad at me. He's just going to get mad. That the kind of modern gender we have in the West is basically a middle class invention. That's a kind of... It's basically a middle class invention that sort of comes at the end of the 18th century, 19th century with the Industrial Revolution, and it has to do with sort of creating middle class culture and values. And so before the rise of the middle class, we had different ways of thinking about gender, and the current particular ways that we have gender is very much sort of based in sort of the rise of sort of bourgeois culture. But anyway, so you'll find this super interesting. But before this switch, right? So if you talk about men and women today, blah, blah, stereotypes, people say, yeah, peasants were all capable of harvesting grain, male and female, and other, like, it's true, they were. People were like, harvest that grain. But so we currently will say things like, oh, you know how men are stupid merchants insisting there are differences. Get to work, peasants. So people will say, oh, you know, men are sex crazy, and all they do is they think about sex every 4 seconds. Men are hypersexual, and women, you know, women don't like sex at all. Like, that is one of the things that people will say today. Women only love romance, but they don't love sex at all. But men, they only think about sex. They're all sex all the time. And there's this sort of idea, right, of men as these like hypersexual beings, and women as sort of being non-sexual. But what's interesting is, if you go back to the 18th century, 17th century, the idea was completely flipped. The idea was that that men were super rational and not at all sexual, but women were hypersexual. And it was really important to have men in charge of things because they were not hypersexual all the time, right? So like we just sort of flipped, like this idea of who was sexual and who was not sexual just flipped, like completely did a 180. And right, exactly, as Krella knows, like 200 years ago, women were the tempters and men were the rational ones, right? So we just, Like, we make up these things and then we say that they're scientific, but we, like, come on, you know? That's all I'm saying. That these things are social constructs, but because we live in them, right? Because we live in them, we don't realize that they're social constructs, which means we often don't realize we can break out of them. So oftentimes what we're trying to do is find ways to break out of these things that we think, like, you know, it's like Palmolive, you're soaking in it. T-Girl's like, must have missed that memo. Mom, how the F are kids made if not one of each kind? Even child and adolescents haven't been concepts we recognize for all that long historically. Totally, right? Totally. Like, we didn't have teenagers until after World War II. And tweens are relatively, like, they're only a couple decades old, tweens, as being things. Alternatively, humanity is just stupidly horny all the time. It could also be that. Kids are made out of clay, Ice Money. That was a wow. Oh, not Mom. You fashion your baby with clay and then imbue it with the spirit of life like Hippolyta did for Diana, which is the best way to do it, right? I mean, that's how... Oh, I think I was doing my wrist exercises, and I think I got distracted. I was doing my wrist exercises and I got distracted. And Tigger's like, yes, that's exactly how I created my son. There was clay, there was like spirit of life, like Hippolyta, right? See, the old ways are the best ways. Do you know what I think is super interesting? I find this super fascinating. Wait, I have to do this one. If that was how it worked, I might actually have a kid. I think it's really fascinating that there were ideas in ancient Greece that people were there was only one sex. There was basically all people were men, basically was the idea of how it went. And what we think of as women were just men who had too cold of a core body temperature. And 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that the thought being that that women have such a cold core body temperature that their genitalia just swoops, right? Like inverts and swoops inside of their body because they're so cold on the inside. But if you had a woman who what we would think of as a woman, and she does too much exercise, like a lot of physical training, a lot of physical fitness, so she heats up her core body temperature, then what will happen is like, woof, her genitalia will just like pop back out and she'll just turn into a man. Because the idea being that men and women are actually the same being. And whether or not you look on the outside like a woman or man, it's just based on how hot your core body temperature was. So like, that's like a whole way of thinking about sex that we don't think about that way now. But you know, so like, people have very different concepts of sex and gender and what they mean and what it's about based on what time period we're in. We joke that we are nerdsmiths somehow astral projected its essence into our kiddo since they share so many traits even though they're not blood related. Exactly, right? But they're also gods though, you know? And they're a little bit different because they're gods. So, you know, we have to... They're gods. They're special. Humans are not as exciting as the gods. You know what I mean? And also Athena was not created like a regular being. She was like popped out of somebody's head. Diana was like formed out of clay. So that's all very, they get to be special. They get to be exceptions to the rules. So like, anyway, I just think that sort of thing is really fascinating. I mean, that's true. The reason why I'm single is because Athena won't go on a date with me. Oh, same. This is samesies. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So anyway, next Saturday I am streaming, although I'll have to end early because of the thing. But I will play another song next week. It's what's gonna happen. I mean, every Saturday. No, that's not what I want. I want this. That's what I want. Let's see. That's what I'm telling you. we're going to, now we're in this point of the Frozen Wilds where we're kind of just wandering a little bit, which means we're just really just talking. This is really what we're doing. We're really just talking as we're wandering around in the world. But we'll wander a bit as we talk. I think we're going to kill some bandits. Okay, so we start. I think I'm going to try to get us at noon because I have to end early. Ooh, Krellin, thank you for the bits. Let me tell you let me sing you a song. Krellin, no bits, no play, just sing. Anyway, so. Earway and hey, the anime. Earway and hey, the anime. Eve way at gale at way of way at xte ute at gale ang way. Earway and hey, the anime. Either I skays or ani say. Oh man, the adiation pray, ooey are ooh, through you a stay on way on rayo. Ewe ever eat way at lains lay, of way at brains lay, oote day. And when we see the end lord will up lay at the agara in the IA. We're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Thank you for the bits. I mean, I realize what you're doing is you're trying to distract me, and I am easily distracted, so I mean, there is that. But, you know, the reason why I'm single is because Athena doesn't want to date me, but I don't want to make the god jealous. Oh, yeah. Jer, never make the gods jealous. They get really petty about that business. Yeah, I'm just also, like... We're inside the money, we can't get out. I'm gonna tell you something though. I just, you know, look, I'm gonna just, ooh, hey, look at that. That's beautiful. Look at the stars and the Aurora Borealis. That is beautiful. So here's the thing about Athena. You know about Pallas, right? It's such a you don't have to sing. Well, but I always want to sing, Rissa. Remind me to tell you about Pallas Athena. Earway and hey, the anime. Earway and hey, the anime. Ewe at gale away of way at way xte ute at gale ang way. Earway and hey, the anime. Either I skays or ani say. Old man the adiation pray, ooey are ooh, through you a stay on way on rayo. Ewe ever eat ray at lains lay, of way at brains lay, ooh today. And when we see the end lord will up lay at the eye are in the IA. We're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. I just love singing that. It makes me so happy. The Aurora Borealis is Gaia's way of saying, see that? That's the ionizing radiation I'm saving you from, you ungrateful little insect! Krella, that is so good. I was going to tell you something. Oh yeah, Pallas Athena. Right, so you know Athena is named Pallas Athena, but Pallas, look, this is what I'm going to tell you. So Pallas, while I do that, where am I going? We're going to go here. Like, we're just going to walk here is where we're headed. We're just gonna like kill some bandits. This is what we're gonna do. We're on our, what is all of this? What is happening? I don't even know. We're gonna kill bandits. This is it. I don't even know, but we're killing bandits. So anyway, Pallas Athena. So Pallas, if you know the myth, I'm telling you this story for a reason. So Pallas was Athena's very, 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 very best friend. Very best, I'm not even going the right way, everybody, this way. Very best friend, another goddess, and they spent all of their time together, and I'm also going the wrong way. They spent all of their time together. They were very, very close. They loved each other very much, a lot, and they would spar together. So like they would spar and they would fight and they would do all of that kind of stuff that you as you do. And here's
Looks like I'm not the only one who can scan.
oh. Well, interesting. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna tell you, right? So they would spar, and Athena accidentally killed Pallas, who she loved so dearly, but she had such a strong and deep and intense relationship with Pallas that she couldn't let Pallas die, so she basically takes on Pallas's name and kind of sort of merges with her and becomes her in a way. What I'm trying to tell you is that Athena is a lesbian, is what I'm trying to tell you. That's all I'm saying. No. Oh. The sun. I'm also trying to tell you that Artemis is also a lesbian. Artemis and Diana are both the virgin goddesses. It's Artemis, Diana, sort of Artemis, Athena, and Hestia are the three virgin goddesses. But like, I'm just saying that Artemis and Athena are totally lesbians. That's all I'm saying. What I'm trying to tell you is Hera isn't a lesbian, but she would be happier if she was one. That is super true. Pallas also enjoys sitting on top of door frames. Well, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, if you look at the myth, like, it's okay. All I'm trying to say is there's a lot of like, so-and-so's a virgin, so-and-so, virgin goddess, virgin queen. And I was like, really? But you hang out with your gal pals all the time, my friends. What do you think Artemis is doing? Artemis is hanging out in the woods with her female friends, hanging out together all the time, naked bathing, doing their business. And then like some dude shows up and she's like, I'm going to kill you. I'm just saying. That's all. Hera is the goddess of goddammit, why do I need the D so much? And like, also like, why can't I just, like, I just want to kill this man. I'm gonna shoot this person in the head. Ooh, but I did not kill them. That's bad. Ooh, bad. I need to kill that person. Good, they're dead. Okay, I've just alerted a bunch of people, and that is unfortunate. Oh, okay. Hi, guess what? We are going to, run away just a little bit. Oh, we're gonna keep running away. Ooh, hi. We're gonna try to find a place where I can hide? Okay, here we go. Okay, we're hiding. We are hiding. Because that attempt to attack the bandit space did not go as well. I'm gonna have to use a different arrowhead, I think, is what. So yeah, I need to use a more intense arrowhead, I think, is where we're going with that one. Just like, hey everybody, we're like, let's kill some, like, oh hey, no, let's, oh, less so. Sharp shot bow. Let's put this over here. Technically, Athena has a mother. Swallowing. Her name is Metis, who Zeus ate for her wisdom. That is true. Zeus hung Hera from a rope when the other gods tried to rebel, only to let her down when she promised to know her place, basically. Yeah, Zeus is like the worst. Yeah, Zeus is totally a trash fire. Zeus is not good people. Zeus is awful. But I don't even know if people really like Zeus. Do you know what I mean? And Artemis was born fully grown and had to help her mom birth her twin. I love those two. Robin, Starfire, Cyborg, Beast Boy, and the Raven, the Titans. I miss them too. I feel like, what is this? This precision arrow? That might be the way to go. We'll try to do that, maybe. The Greeks, by and large, did not love their gods. They feared them. Yeah, like, you don't want to hang out with those gods. They are not a good time. Zeus is pretty bad. Poseidon is also pretty awful. Can't really say which one is the worst. Yeah, Hades kidnaps people for love. I mean, they're just like... Just a lot of them are bad. Oh, hey. Okay. They've got what are we gonna do here? So this is a bandit camp, everyone, that is well defended. And that's kind of irritating. Give Poseidon his due or the sea will destroy you. Give Zeus his due or the sky will smite you. Give Hades his due or your soul will be forever tortured. I mean, they're not fun people at parties. The big ones would argue that Hades is the best one for sure, but he's still pretty iffy. Pretty sure most of the Roman pantheon are trash. The Roman, Greek Roman. Remember, these are the asshole sons who killed their father, buried their mother, and overthrew the natural order of the Titans. Yeah, exactly. Also, marriage practice to the Greeks had a kidnapping element. Yeah. I'm just trying to say that... Where am I going to hang out? Oh, maybe I can hang out over here. Also, maybe I can just shoot this person in the head and kill them. Which, you know, I mean, like, we're gonna just try to snipe some people and see if that will get us some joy. That's all. Guess you have more fun with Thor and Odin at the party. At least Thor and Odin, because here's the thing, but there are people who know how to party. There are people in the Roman pantheon who know how to party, and they would be
now what?
Dionysus. Dionysus knows how to party, is what I'm trying to tell you. Where is your head? Also, they're protecting mortals from fire. Pan knows how to party. Dionysus knows how to party. And I mean, I feel like who else? I mean, Aphrodite's never been my favorite, but I think she'd probably be fun. You know who's not that big of a big. You know who's okay in terms of like the big gods. But Bacchus is not a Greek god. But Dionysus is a Greek god, and Bacchus is the Roman term for Dionysus. Let's kill this person too. We're gonna just kill this person in the head. Just a little bit. So, you know, think of the big major Greek gods. You know who I think is pretty mellow? Hephaestus. Like, Hephaestus doesn't do too much. Worship of Dionysus was forbidden in most of Greece. He was unruly. He was unruly. He was. To be fair, Thor might not be the most fun to party with. He can't really refuse a challenge and goes way too hard into said challenges. Yeah, somebody like pushes him at the party and all of a sudden it gets real bad real fast. Oh, what is that? Okay. The one thing we can learn from the Pantheon, though, is we should murder our elders when they become reckless. Also...
Bandits aren't subtle. Clearing them out would send a different kind of message.
Yes, it would. What do we have here?
Somebody's down over there.
It's true. Somebody is down. And it is you. Sorry, I just killed that person as we were chatting. I just want you to know that I was like, hey, I'm chatting with my friends, and then I murdered someone. It's cool, though. The one thing we could, the same good, and if I remember, he's from right to Greece, Middle East. So what Jerison we need to call the boomers? That might be it. I mean, that's what Greek mythology tells us. So there are a lot of people here, but ooh, blaze containers. That seems like it could be useful. Maybe threaten with a care home. Greek mythology also tells us they're not going to go quietly. That is true. Also, Greek mythology tells us...
No space.
Also, Greek mythology tells us that, that whatever you do, you should help old people. Because you never know if the old people might actually be gods in disguise wanting to murder you for not helping them. Although, I will say about the Greek gods, also, there are a lot of bandits here. Just side note. One thing I will say about the Greek pantheon, you've got really good excuses for being late to parties. I mean, if you're late, you can just say, like, some god waylaid me. You know, I mean, yeah, I'm late, but what can I do? Some Greek god made me fall asleep for 4 days.
Finally.
You know, but this is true. You can murder the gods in the ancient Greek pantheon, which, you know. So we have got... I mean, Norse mythos also had the thing with old people, but mostly just strangers in general. Odin really liked just traveling incognito and testing people. Yeah, what kind of world do you live in? Like, I think it's an interesting world when at any moment, any rando person on the street might actually just be a god waiting to punish you. Like when that old person's like, hey, young man, why don't you help me carry this heavy, heavy load across the road? And then you don't. And then they murder you. Because, you know, that's what they do. All right, let's see if we can murder some bandits. There are a lot of bandits here. North gods turn humanish if they don't get apples. Don't trust those shady old people in tatty cloaks. Damn you, Gandalf. Hey, I feel like that's fair. I'm late, but Bacchus stole my pie, so I had to make a new one. This does happen, right? Like, Bacchus is stealing your pie. What can you do about it? All right, so here's what I'm thinking, everybody. It looks like I just have to dig deeper into this space. Because... All right. So I can't snipe people from over there. So I'm just gonna have to go and do some old-fashioned murdering. Zeus also ate my homework for its knowledge. This is true, though. That's how they are. They eat your homework. Like, I didn't oversleep. It's just that Selene the moon thought I was good-looking and decided to have me sleep for a couple extra days. I'm sorry I'm late. Zeus is having another golden shower moment. I was not going to arrive in that state. That's the other thing about Zeus. Zeus is so horny. But, like, not even in an interesting way. Although, I mean, I suppose you can...
You're what they'll trade for Blueberry.
Who? Who? What are we talking about? Oh, there's some... What are we looking at? I see. Well, okay. So this is a huge, massive bandit camp with lots of different spaces going on, is what we have. It's fine. Bacchus can make you believe your kids are lions and then you kill them. And like, gods, why do you do that? Also, can I tell you what is the worst? Sorry. I just feel badly about this because it's really the worst, right? I just think it's really bad when the gods are like, hey, you mortal, this is a golden apple, and it's supposed to go only to the most beautiful out of all the gods. Why don't you pick which one of us do you think is the most gorgeous looking? Which one is the most beautiful? Like, oh, what am I doing right now? Ugh. That's bad, everybody. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Gods do that because they don't view humans as equal or real. Yep. Like, they don't care. They don't care about us. Which is what, if you don't mind me saying, it's the thing that I love about the Roman pantheon the most, is that the gods don't care about us. Krellin says, I'd give the apple to Athena. Did you see Athena in the episode of Hercules? Damn. Oh, yeah. I'd give it to Athena, too, because she's my fave. But, you know, it's just rude. Like, nah, I keep it. No fishing for compliments, ladies. Also, the thing is, you give it to anyone, and your life is ruined. Do you know what I mean? Like, the minute you give it to somebody... the minute you give it to somebody, like that is never going to go well for you. Do you know what I mean? That is never going well. Let's murder this person in the head.
Nothing.
Oh, I'm seen right now. That's not what I want. I don't want to be seen. Let's run and hide. Here we go. Sorry, Aphrodite, I'm just not into blondes. Oh, okay, sure. But, you know, the thing is, we just have things we have to learn. And the things we have to learn is... Oh, this guy's got armor. Oh, hello. Okay, guess what I just learned? I learned that some people have head armor. And, I need real quick, I need a bomb. Hi, bomb. Woo. Bomb. Also, more bombs. Also...
Forgotten the second you thought.
Okay, so some people have head armor, and I did not realize that. But now I know.
On your cheek, Lord.
Oh, hey, you know what? Excuse me for one moment. We have a thing going on at the moment, and we need different weapons than we currently have, which is fine, right? You know, we're not mad at it. We're not mad about it. It's okay. We're going to have bombs. We're gonna have big bombs, and we're gonna send bombs out. Oh, also, I'm dying a little bit. It's cool. Okay, all right. I just for the record, there's a little bit of bomb making.
One down.
And oh, hey. Okay. I'm also, there's a watcher here? Hey, you know, I'm just noting we've got a lot of stuff happening in my life, and now I'm stuck. Excuse me for one moment. We're gonna just have to kill this one right now, because in my way. I don't like a god with too many muscles. I didn't make them for you. Discussion between Mortal Janet and God Frankfurter. Yes, by the way, also, I didn't make them for you. That is one of my favorite, I love the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Let's be upfront. Also, some people here have got... Oh, all right. I'm a little, you know, a little worried, but it's cool. People maybe should stop shooting at me. I'm being shot at. I think that was the wrong bomb. Also, I was close to death, everyone. Hey. Timmy? will you shoot some people for me? Oh my gosh. People, I'm having a little bit of death right now. I just thought I'd share that with you. Oh, that's because somebody has a big gun. All right. Okay. Inappropriate. Okay. We're, you know, we've got a little bit of, okay. Oh my goodness. I just want you to know that I do need to take out the snipers on the tower. That is a true statement. Okay, that one's done.
Get out there and
All right. Also, it's afternoon. I didn't die. Why don't these people just let you shoot them? I know, right? Why don't they just let me shoot them and not shoot back?
Should have brought a cart.
You know, it was very rude of them, I thought. And now I'm down on supplies, which I don't even appreciate. It's fine. And I need to make some more of that. Okay. And I used so much of my health potions. It's cool. By the way, where's Timmy? Timmy's probably dead. Well,
Bandits aren't subtle. Clearing them out would send a different kind of message.
on the plus side, I did kill a lot of them, and I feel like there's probably fewer of them now. Right? I mean, I feel like that was good. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, now I just have to... All right, where are we at? I feel like there are still more bandits out there than I would prefer there to be, but... There's a lot of medical sagebrush here, which seems a little suspicious to me. I'm tired of all these artificial computer algorithms thinking they deserve a fair fight. Right? Oh, hey, jumping off was probably bad. I don't care. So anyway, one of the things I've always really loved about the Greek pantheon is that they don't care about humans that much. There's always things slightly disturbing to me about a religious position wherein the all-powerful, all-supreme, all-knowing God spends all of its time thinking about you and like obsessing about you and planning about you and that you are the center, right? The ways in which numerous religious practices make human beings the center of the universe makes me feel uncomfortable. It's always felt a little... It just feels really self-centered to me. And yeah, it just always felt very self-centered to me. And
Can't carry more.
I just didn't like it. It's like not my
That's their
vibe.
alarm signal. Better keep them off it.
Where? God made the universe and rules it and then let it go. Oh, isn't that that whole thing with what's a bandit camp alarm? Isn't that you know, let it go, let it go. You know, the what is it? The who what? I have to go get ready for stream. Been on call for a half hour. Sorry I missed stuff. Oh no, big hugs to you too. I wanted to announce it more exciting, but yeah, in November, I'm going to be playing over at Nerdsmith's channel. And how great is that? I mean, I'm really excited. So I want to kill these people, but I don't want to be seen. And this is a bit of a conundrum. Frozen, thank you. Been on call with someone who wants to meet you. Oh, he does all the custom music for Nerdsmith. Oh, that's exciting. Ooh, I want to talk to people. I do need to learn Obfuscate. Come on, people, let me learn Obfuscate.
Someone trying to get my attention?
Yes. Oh, I would love to. I love talking music with people. That makes me so happy. By the way, Silent Strike.
Wasn't expecting that.
Oh, man. You found me. The worst.
This'll drop you.
I'm gonna go over here. I thought that would be like super sneaky, but it was not. And that makes me sad. Okay. There we go. Like, why are they everywhere? Do these people respawn? That's what I know. That's why I told him I'm going to talking to doing a podcast with him. Hey, I'm excited to meet all the people, and especially talking about music. That is a thing that will make me happy all the time. People.
Time for you to hurt.
Oh. Why does this guy have a helmet on? I would prefer him not to have a helmet on.
Ain't afraid to die, ain't afraid to kill.
Really? All right, well that's fine. All right, we're making some choices, everybody. Yeah, in my copious spare time, these are all true statements. Why are there so many of them with, like, who are, like, oh, hey, you know what?
I'm gonna shut.
Oh! People, I just died. I gave him enough time to mold, clean, and imbue it with life. I should have, you know, you're right. I should have kept up the pressure. I've got to decide. I think I need to make traps is what I think I need to do. I think I need to set up traps and lure them into them in ways that will be different. One moment. I'm going to murder this goat. One death, two death, red death, blue death. It is a really pretty game. So, you know, here we are, hanging out. Thank you, Jer. Thank you for the death. Let's just, for one moment, see where we're at. We look okay. I'm gonna put in a weapon that I almost never use, and I don't know if it's useful or not. This should maybe poison people, corrupt them, and I don't know if that works at all because I don't know. But
They're scanning for me.
But
Well, this got harder.
We'll see. I've got a lot of weapons, and oh, hey, you know what I have? I have a rattler, and it's really good for human beings, apparently, and I never use it. What if we try an experiment? What if our experiment is using this rattler? I mean, look, I'm gonna try something. This may result in my death. That is entirely possible. But I want to try going murder on them.
Not
Bandits
sure.
on site.
maybe this was a bad choice. That might have been a bad choice. I mean, maybe. Maybe it wasn't a bad choice. I don't know. Like, we're experimenting. Also, how did you all get here? That was not what I wanted. You know, first off, there are watchers everywhere, and that's unfortunate. That's not, they're everywhere. I need this. Yeah. All right. This is, there are enemies everywhere, but I really want to see, oh, you know what I should do? I should do this one. Because, like, I feel like this weapon is supposed to be good for something, right? Ooh, hi.
Keep those heads down.
I'm dying. I don't like it. I think it's bad.
Time for you to
I'm
learn.
gonna shove right through you. I'm done.
Nope. Okay, so I feel like that was maybe not... That wasn't the choice to go. Like, being in the water was not the choice. So, dying is really bad if you're not Hades. So, I don't think I am Hades. I don't think I am. So, here's what I'm thinking. Using that cool weapon was not the strategy. So we won't use that weapon. Instead, let's... No. Let's... So, like, it's a cool weapon, but I don't think it is... It does... I don't think it is all that. So, let's do this... Let's do this way. This is my thought. Yeah. So we're not gonna do it that way. That way seems
Some sort of scan
bad.
device. They've seen me.
I'm gonna just headshot a couple people. Yeah, I do. I need to... Excuse me. These watchers have found me, and I find that really... Also, people have been
You're
alerted.
not afraid of little old me, are you?
No, I'm not, actually. Which is why I'm gonna shoot you in the head. All right, is everybody, like, where are we at? Why are there watchers over there? It's rude. So, thing is... Ooh, my aim is not good. There we go. Oh, and that one. Oh, man. There are just so many of them all the time. I also need to set up... It's pretty amazing to me how, like, these bandits are way more powerful than the other bandits. And I find that fascinating. Like, they really are.
Your helmet's as thick as my
Their helmets are thick as machine plates. Like, this is, like, these people are really, oh, thanks, T-Girl. I will see you later. Enjoy the pumpkin patch?
Tell me when you see something.
Enjoy the pumpkin patch? What are you doing in the pumpkin patch?
Stay on it.
There are, you know...
They're leaving.
Keep your eyes
What,
open.
what does the pumpkin patch mean? Oh, getting pumpkins with the sun and then doing maybe a corn maze. Well, that sounds fun. Also, I wish these people were less good at their job. You know, I've never been apple picking, and that is a thing that people do here.
Wait. What was that?
Yeah, they have really bad helmets on. See you later, T-Girl. Enjoy!
I'm not sure.
You should just come over here.
Something over here.
Yeah, I'm right over here. You should come visit me.
A bad feeling.
Somebody should come visit me. Nobody comes visit me. Like, all I want to do is have them come a little bit closer so that I can stab them secretly. And then they don't. And I feel
Someone here?
I feel left out. I feel underappreciated. It's fine.
Oh!
That shot knocked it off.
These people are not what I want them to be. Yeah, maybe they aren't into stabbings, but they really should be, you know? So I used my special ability for the first time, everybody, where I jumped off of the thing and then stabbed somebody. And I feel really good about that.
No room.
There was no Greek. Aphrodite doesn't count. I feel like Aphrodite should count. I feel like... Well, I feel like she got people stabbed, Aphrodite.
Bandits are subtle. Clearing them
I
out
don't-
would send a different kind of message.
Yes! Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can... Oh, Ares! Ares, the god of stabbing? So I think what we've got here, which is tricky, in terms of... So I think the trickiness about this is that it's a warning system. All right, we're gonna try
Everything's freezing. The ground,
going
the air.
around, maybe?
Me.
Because this is the problem I'm currently having. There are a lot of them. They're all close together, and they're all on high alert. And Ares is the god of stabbing, not the god of getting stabbed. That's fair. That is fair. Athena was also a god of stabbing, but not getting stabbed. Wait. God of getting stabbed, would that be like Prometheus? Would Prometheus be the god of getting stabbed all the time in unfortunate ways? I mean... No, he was a Titan, yeah. They had a lot of gods of stabbing in different ways. Can I? So I feel like maybe if I... sorry. Oh, don't even worry about it. Prometheus was the one of those creepy Ds that cared about... Yeah. Well, the thing is... I don't... You can have some, right? It's okay to have some who care, as long as, like, the entire pantheon is not like, all we do is care about human beings. Because that just feels super creepy. I'm gonna pick them off one by one. Oh! Atomica, what was the convo about? What was this interesting conversation? We're gonna try to headshot people in their own ways, right? Monotheisms aren't pantheons. This is correct.
You can see them. They can't see you.
Okay. Let's see what we can do. It is snowing.
We got a stiff over here.
It's true. Also, I can't see you well.
I got a dead body over here.
Yes, you do. It's snowing, everybody. How am I supposed to kill people in the snow? How am I supposed to kill people in the snow? It's super awkward. Like
What's that?
Headshot. Okay, now they're all after me. So we're gonna try to just, you know. Oh, hi. We're gonna do a little bit of murder. We're gonna try to sort of get ourselves out of vision. Ooh. Okay. So I think we succeeded that challenge of getting them not to see us at the moment. Maybe. Sports players are paid too little. Ooh. Excuse me for one moment. And let me keep backing off a little bit. So I feel like as long as they can't see me, I might be okay. Take their clothes, let the snow do the work. A mess about everything from sports players being paid too much, homeless people, religion, flat earth theory, what constitutes a theory, the gamut of stupidity. No, the snow animation is great.
Off you go.
I mean, it doesn't make my life easier, but it is great. And I think... Oh, you know what? I should probably, if I can, make some potions. When you compare the percent of labor done by the players, the revenues generated by the games, and the lifelong damage on athletes' bodies, they're paid way too little. That tends to be where that tends to be my space in this. Also, I don't have enough potions. Awkward. Well, I was trying to explain supply and demand. In the NFL, there's 1,700 people in a multi-billion-dollar generating business, opposed to $1 billion companies with 1 million employees. Yeah, but so the thing about they're paid too much that I also tend to be frustrated by is that people are like, oh, they're getting, like, they're attacking basically labor. No one wants, like, nobody's like all up in arms about how much money the owners of those teams make, which
Probably going to need it.
is a lot, right? Like, football team owners make a lot of money, and no one gets all up in arms about that. And so I always think about, like, sure, they may get paid more than, I don't know,
Stocking up?
labor in other industries, but they're still labor. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're still labor. They're paid too much because they're disproportionate people of color, and people of color are allowed to be rich. Yep, that is also a thing. That is also a thing. And also, I just feel like, let's not... Elite Bandit Archer. Ugh. Those bandit archers are... you brought up the owners and they just blew it off? Yeah. So, like, here is our... What can I do with them? I don't know what I do with these elite bandit archers. Oh, you know what I can do? Hold on. I think I have something that will deal with that. I think I have... I might be able to do the hardpoint arrow. Let's see if that will do it. I brought up Tom Brady's relatively underpaid as a quarterback because they keep bringing up their name and their eyes separated in confusion. Let me see if this will do it. Yeah, you've got to get the helmet off of them. Okay, now we're in trouble. Now we're in trouble.
They're still looking.
Where is she?
Oh, this person is hard to kill, everybody.
Get it together, Lard.
We're gonna back up a little bit. No one talks about how much all the other people that work around the teams make, from concession sellers to ground crew to techs, which is usually dirt. Yeah, I mean, I think that we really need to sort of think about all of the labor, right, that goes into that, and then like where that money is coming from. Like, I think that we could be. Yeah, I'm with you. I think that we need to ponder. I don't know. I just think we need to be a little bit better with our labor practices, basically.
That's right. No one here.
Where did they go?
Nobody knows where I went. They very much believe the whole "I've been told it's the end of the world," so to
find
speak.
you anyway. Whoa!
All right. So I killed some more people, but I don't think anyone sees me. So I think I'm sort of safe for the moment. I think I'm sort of safe for the moment. And I think we're gonna be good, actually. Though this is where loving your friends means something. It's easy to love people you easily agree with. Yeah. Counter argument to all sports players are paid too much. The NCAA, I think, personally, I think it's a travesty. I think it's really awful how we treat college sports players. I'm really not okay with it. It's bad. It's bad. I think, like, oh, hello. I mean, these are, and all the sort of excuses they have for not paying people in the NCAA college athletes are things like, oh, but you know, it's not about the money. It's about the love of playing. And I was like, really? Then why do you make millions and millions of dollars? If it's not about the money, why are you making so much money? Ugh. That really bugs me. Yeah, I mean, look at all the snow. I wonder if the snow is a universal situation or if it's mostly just this thing. Yeah, it's not about the money, it's about the love of the money. Yeah, no, it's really, and then also, I mean, like, and they're like, well, they get an education, but oftentimes they don't even get a really good education. A lot of these D1 schools, can I undo this somehow? Apparently I cannot undo this. Well, that's a bummer. All right, where are we at? Okay. While the NWSA brought in $995.9 million last year, it's almost like the purposely stopped making money so it wouldn't be $1 billion. Ooh. Being super rich is my hobby, everyone. But yeah, they're getting tuition. And this is the thing. So I don't know. I'm going to tell you this because I think this is interesting. And by interesting, I mean kind of gross. So I went to school with a woman who was an Olympic swimmer. Right? She'd swum. Yes, she'd swum in the Olympics. And
Forget about traveling light.
and she was at my undergrad, and she was getting a post-bac. And I'd never heard of a post-bac before. I did not know what they were. And I said, what is a post-bac? And she says to me, a post-swam? Swim, have swum. I think it should be swum because it's I swam,
We can use.
but she had swum. Oh, Newsom, he signed a law that may allow them to be paid. Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Right, so she had swum in the Olympics. And she was getting a post-bac. And I was like, what's a post-bac? Because I didn't know what a post-bac was. I was like, what's a post-bac? And she said a post-bac is a degree you get after a BA. Oops. That sort of like makes up for not having a BA or a good BA. And I was like, well, wait. Why would you need a post-bac? She got a BA from Stanford, right? So she got her BA from Stanford. I was like, well, why would you need a post-bac? And she told me that when she went to Stanford, she was not allowed to take the classes she wanted to take. She was only allowed to take certain classes because the priority was
That's
her.
a blue gleam. Might as well trade it.
Well, who am I going to be trading it to? I don't see anything here. Anyway, let me see. Is there anything here I can pick up that will be interesting? No, swum. It's swum. Swim. It's a word. It's for the past participle. I have swum. Yeah, she was on a sports fellowship, and because she was on a sports fellowship, the swim team, the swim coach, told her which classes she could or couldn't take.
I'd have to ditch something.
She wanted to do pre-med. Like, she's like, I'm going to Stanford. I want to do pre-med. And they said, no, you don't get to do pre-med. You get to do only what we get. You get to have the major that we want you to have. You do the things that we tell you can do. And basically, she wasn't allowed to take real classes because they wanted her swimming all the time. And so after she got her degree from Stanford, but it was a worthless degree because they didn't let her actually study anything. So she had to go back and get a post-bac so that she could then go to medical school. So you get this sports fellowship and they tell you you're getting tuition so you can get this great education, but then they don't even let you get an education because they don't want you. And there are all those scandals about various.
Didn't look the same going in and coming out.
Oops. And there are all those scandals, right? About various. Excuse me for one moment. Maybe I can.
Show yourself, you miserable chuff.
Right, about these programs they put them through that aren't even real programs. And like it's really awful. Yeah, only easy classes for sports players and classes where they don't have to show up. I went to German class in high school with somebody who was an elite gymnast. Oh, that's interesting.
Whose body is that?
I don't know. Maybe you should check it out. And while you're checking it out, I will stab you. Just sometimes it's a little stabbing. Okay. Yeah, so I don't, and yeah, so I don't like it. Do you know what I mean? Like this whole idea that like, oh no, they're getting tuition, but they don't actually get to have the education. It's for the love of the sports. I'm like, yeah, but like you're making money off of it. And they're like, oh, but if they made money, it would somehow cheapen it. And I was like, would it? Good thing your university doesn't have a prestigious sports team, Trooper. Yeah, no. Oh, actually, I will tell you something. When I don't take that pressure. I do not take well to that pressure because I was at UCLA where I did my PhD and I was a grad student there, and as a grad student UTA, and I'm gonna tell you what, there was a big athlete who was in the football team who
What was that?
So yeah, he was like a big athlete in the football team, and he got, I think, a D in our class. It was the Beatles. And here's the thing. He couldn't play football, right? So he couldn't play football because he got a D in the Beatles class, and it was this huge scandal. How do you get a D in the Beatles class? That's such a good question, Krellin. Usually by not doing your work. Not showing up to class and not doing your work is usually how you get a D in a Beatles class. And there was this pressure to give him an A, and we're like, no, we don't do that. Like, he got a D because he didn't do the work, and he's going to get a D. And then, because he got the D, it brought his grade point average down low enough that he wasn't able to play football. And then it was so interesting because it became a bit of a scandal. It became a bit of a scandal in two different ways, both of which were stupid. All right, how many bandits do we have left? I feel like we've done a really good job. Yeah, I was so sorry for her. They even told her what to eat, and she had to eat about 10,000 calories a day, and I helped her do papers. Yeah, so it became this huge scandal because he couldn't play football. And the scandal was this weird, like, people were very angry and they got upset, but their upsetness was so strange. And
I'd have to leave something else behind.
Because they said things like, so funny. They said things like, well, this is so, like, it's, first off, they were mad that there were classes like the Beatles class at all. They're like, why should there be a bit, somebody said, like, there was like a letter to the editor, right? They've got these easy classes at UCLA, like Beatles classes, what's next? A Madonna class or a Britney Spears class? This is so ridiculous. Why don't they have real classes that are rigorous and difficult? But I was like, difficult if he didn't get an A in the class, though. It's clearly not an easy A class because he didn't get an A in the class. Whatever. So it was this kind of weird thing where people were mad that we had theoretically easy classes like the Beatles rather than really difficult classes like whatever they were imagining. But at the same time, he didn't get an A, right? So like, it clearly...
You large skulls, let an intruder get in here!
Oh my gosh.
Don't let them get out again! Find them! Kill them! Do I need to start setting fire to things?
Okay. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's because they don't get the humanities, right? All right, so I'm here, and I'm feeling pretty fine, but I'm a little bit worried about all of this.
Fire and spit! There's one of them, and more of you!
Okay, how am I gonna go? You know what I think I should probably do? I should probably set traps. Right? That's probably what, oh, or, hold on. Oh, that didn't do anything. Well.
I think I'm about to have some fun.
Okay, I think they see me, which is bad. So let's change our weapons up, right? Just real quick. Yeah, so how can easy class Sindarin? Can you speak Sindarin? Is it English? Yeah, it was just really frustrating to me because they were critiquing us for having easy classes, but clearly our classes weren't easy because they were not doing well in them. And I don't, it was just very frustrating. And also, side note, just for the record,
I'm gonna find you, then you'll be sorry.
Oh, hello. If he were doing well in all his other classes, getting a D in our class would not have stopped him from playing. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a thing that I just want to point out for the record. That if he'd been doing what he was supposed to be doing,
I looked. Didn't find squat.
then he would have been fine. Do you know what I mean? Like if he'd been getting all A's in all those other classes, that DNR class would have brought his GPA low enough that he couldn't play. So it wasn't just our class where he was having
I think
problems.
we got us some infiltrators, gentlemen.
Is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I was sad, speaking of language, I was hoping they'd have an ASL as language. They don't. Oh, you know, speaking of which, I really would like to learn ASL. But how can you be study if you do... On the other hand, he couldn't do what he was supposed to be doing because he was spending all of his study and paper time at sports practice. Well, and that's the problem. That's the problem. And that's what I think is actually really... This is why... Here's what I'm going to say, right? To go back to... This is why I think they just need to pay them, right? If you are not going to actually let them do what they need to do, which is to actually... Like, if you're not going to let them actually study, then I feel like you should be paying them. Let's not pretend that we're doing something different. I'm going to see what I can do here. I might be able to do some shenanigans. Actually, they should ban college sports. The roleplay by the Untitled say should actually be... Well, that actually is something that yeah. I do not disagree with you on that one, Krellin. And I think... Okay, so here's the thing. I think it's fine to have college sports. Like, Division 3 stuff is fine because Division 3 stuff is not paid and nobody's making any money, right? Ice Bunny, there's nothing wrong with sports in general. You don't have to do sports if you don't want to do sports, but there's nothing wrong with sports in general. Yes, exactly. College sports should be hobbies, just like any other hobby. And I feel like it's fine to have college sports be a hobby, but if those athletes are going to be generating money, then I think they need to get paid. Like that's... And don't... Like, it should be... Yeah, it should be a minor league team is what it should be. Because otherwise, it's just really unfair.
Who took these prisoners? Not one good looking enough to stop a caravan.
Okay. So now, I'm going to set up a bunch of traps. Like, sure, your university can have a football club, but it'd be just like the fencing club, or the knitting club, or the D&D club. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it. And... Because the thing is, not all of these students are going to go to the NFL. Most of them are not. Some of them end up getting injured in their first year, and they lose their scholarship. And... that's not cool. Like, that's super uncool. And then let's see what else we can do. Let's, oh, let me back up. Let me back up. Because I suspect my guy is going to walk through a big trap of badness. And then let me do that. Except, unfortunately, they're... Ooh, oops. Hold on. Ooh, wrong way. It's cool. You know what I need? I need some things. I need this. And I probably need that. It's cool. Ooh. Nope. Okay. That... Excuse me for one moment. I'm being attacked by a fire person.
Gonna cut you down proper.
Let's do that. You know what? I think I might just need to I think I might... This guy's got range. guy's got range. There's supposed to be attractions about that now. I hope so, but it doesn't seem like it. I remember back in the day when we only had 4 TV programs, they always skipped the program. Ooh, give me a second, why don't we? I'm going to... Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to...
Couldn't find it.
I'm going to sticky bomb.
That was close.
I would like to bomb this person a little bit better. Maybe bombing is not great. Let's also do that.
Don't move.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't even get really good. Like, it's good when... I think that when people end up getting success, they work really hard for it, you know? You know what? Here's what we got going on.
You a present.
Okay. I'm using a lot of resources here, but I feel like I need to. It's interesting to me that the only way I'm really getting this guy is by jumping into his face. My dad lost his postgraduate scholarship around 1970, didn't finish his degree. See, this is what I think is super messed up. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. I mean, I really think the idea that you get injured and you lose your football scholarship and you don't get to finish your degree is really messed up.
He's down. I won't be torching anything else.
Oh, okay. They're also, and they shouldn't be torn between the twin priorities, academics and athletics. If they're training for athletics, just train for athletics. Yeah. I will say this though, a legit education is incredibly important in case of injury or just lack of signing. Right, because most people are not going to become, most people are not going to be football stars, right? They're not going to go into the NFL. That's not what's going to happen for most people. At my family gathering, my uncles were hawking a TV to watch TV. Right, but then Eurofootball is boring, and there is a reason why it's called soccer ball. It's called soccer, and there is a reason for that, and that has to do with rich British people. Let me go here for a moment. I just got a new thing. What is my new inventory situation? I got some sort of... What did I get? I got something. Yep, it was short for association football, and soccer is a British nickname. So look, apparently I just got something. Most people who don't train for one skill for 10 years and lose the ability with no work experience. If someone's going for athletics, they need something to help that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I will say I have to disagree with you, Bunny, as a person who has played soccer. Let's take this. I don't think I've learned all skills, but... So there's a... Look, I got some weapon, but I don't see it. I apparently got some weapon, but I don't know what the weapon is that I got. And I suspect I didn't... Like, Lots of people train 10 years for one thing and lose that ability with no work. Not just... Yeah. Actually, I mean, with deindustrialization, anybody in hard sciences... All right, look, I got a weapon. I just got a new weapon that apparently... Or maybe I didn't pick it up. No, I did. I picked it up. There are plenty of manufacturing jobs where people get injured and then end up on a job with no backup. Yeah. You know, what I'm trying to tell you right now is I must... Oh, maybe what I got was a modification? Or something like that? Drummer's weapon coil. Maybe I... Gang. Gang. Yeah. I had to play it in school and I sucked at it, but I was forced to thanks to my PE teacher and parents. Yeah, I mean, I know that you have a negative relationship to sports. This I know. But just because you have a negative relationship to sports doesn't mean that all sports are bad. In the same way, they're like, I don't like a lot of vegetables. It doesn't mean that vegetables are bad. It means that I don't like them. And, you know, that is just a thing. I don't like vegetables because I'm a super taster, and there are reasons why I don't like them, but that doesn't make them bad. And also, like, I don't like... Ooh, it might have been a box. You didn't hear about Cauliflower Rally? They might. And then I was also thinking, like, so like, for example, I don't really like American football very much. I'm not into it. If American football was not injuring people, then I wouldn't have a problem with it all. I'd be like, whatever, I don't care. Like, it's not my thing, but it's also none of my business. I have concern about the way American football sort of works in terms of head injuries and exploitation, but like, there are a lot of sports I just don't care about, and it's fine. Like, they don't need to be for me. Like, not everything has to be for me, it's fine. Personally, I don't care for sports or soccer and have issues with some of the fan cultures around it. That's another thing I have an issue with. But can still see why it would be a good thing, except that other people can be interested in it and not blame them for it. Yeah, see, I think that's actually also a point that... Oh, yeah. We're trying to figure out what this thing was that I got. Thanks, I remember now. Treasure boxes, maybe? Oops. Let's see if maybe... what we got was a box. Yeah, Bandit Leader's weapon box. Thank you. Thank you. That's what it is. Forge fire weapon and 2 squirrel skins. Let's take all of those. Because maybe this weapon is cool. And we can see. Yes, it is true that I have 9 pages of boxes I haven't opened, but I'll open them. All right, what do we have here? Loses a powerful flamethrower attack with a short range. Can be modified. Let's try it out and see what it's like, and then let's modify it and make it badass. We're gonna go and try burning people alive. Wait, what is going on here? All right, let me get a... Let's get... Oh, coming at 3. Okay. Fire and freeze? And then, see, I don't think that actually does anything, so let me do that. So, and now I need to make... Okay, I've got some tutorials, that's cool, but let's make... Oh, alright. Alright, so I want to flamethrow some people, but I can't do that tutorial-wise because I haven't finished the bandit camp. So I'm gonna. By the way, we're coming up on 3. and I'm going to try to murder some bandits with now, okay, let's see. I think we go this way. So I know that Crone would actually just prefer everyone have universal basic income, and I think universal basic income would probably be a good idea. We'd have to try it out, and see how it goes. But we're at a space now in our society where I think we could probably afford it. And then something better could be developed, or they could be improved. That's a better option than, well, you're screwed, just give up on life and take. Well, but if they have universal basic income, then they can probably get skills for what they want, right? Like if they don't have to worry about starving.
I'll finish you. You chuffs.
Oh, that ammo goes fast. How good is this weapon, really? By the way, how good is this weapon? I'm not sure about that at all. Also, this carrying capacity is awful. So, like, I think that's the thing, that if you have universal basic income, people can then do what is meaningful for them, right? They can find. Also, I don't know if this is really great. We're gonna do one more.
It's gonna look real good.
But I'm not certain. You know, I'm really not convinced this is a good weapon at all. Just for the record. Okay, move back, move. Pardon me, dying. That was bad. Yeah, I'm not convinced that flamethrower is a good weapon.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that flamethrower is a good weapon, by the way.
I'm gonna cut you down.
Yeah, really not convinced about that. I want to finish killing these bad guys. Ooh. But they're in my way.
Anything with this.
Okay. Sport would be less cauliflower if the people teaching supervising it would not be so endless demoralizing and stop talk shit people like me when they for once really try and fuck up. That was one of the things I learned very early. Trying at sports doesn't matter. But you know, the thing, it's not just sports.
Where finds out I took out the bandit camp. In fact, I'll bet my name's all over Song's Edge.
The thing is, they're like, as you have pointed out, it's not just sport where people have bullied you. People bullied you academically as well. People can be bullied and treated poorly in any number of areas, and they shouldn't be treated poorly for any of them. But it's not just sport where people get sort of bullied. Tough love is not a universal motor. It seems that no one has told coaches in the world this. Yeah, so like I think that's the thing, right? That people get treated poorly. Outside of sports as well. Do you really have to yell and swear to make your point? Are you sure you're convinced of your point? Are people yelling? Like people? Oh, and yes, UBI could be part of it, and could be part of the solution to help people recover from something that takes away their ability to work or play sport. I have to yell and swear when you're reframing my points in such a negative light. Hold on, now, hold on, y'all over there. None of that. Speak well to each other. Trooper makes a good point. It's why I feel so worthless and I'm finding job hunting a negative thing. But there needs to be something, and planning ahead can be a huge part of it. And going back to before your tangent, if athletes are in college, then they should be getting an actual education, so they have a backup if something goes wrong. If they're going to be in the education system, there should be more focus on educating them, making money off of them. I also think, by the way, we did the bandit camp. We did it. We did it, everybody. I feel like not a bad person now. I think also this sport also tends to be a normal gathering point for toxic masculinity. Depends on the sport. But we have to think about that. So the culture and sport around sports tend to express those negative qualities. That is also true. So I think that we have to sort of, oh, you know what I need? Side note, I need to get to that save point, which I will do. I will get to a save point. I'm going to just deal with this merchant. So I think the thing is that we're sort of talking about this larger thing about
is as thick as the snow in the
value of work and sort of placing a person's worth in their work value, right? That, like, you know, people's like, oh, the value of work, like honest job, honest work, hard work. And like, if you're not working hard, you're a failure and you're not a good person. But you know who doesn't work hard? Independently rich people. And they they don't seem to feel bad about the fact that they're the idle rich. They think that's cool. So there's like a whole way in which the people who are most encouraged to like work really hard for little pay are people who are like doing crappy jobs. And so it's kind of like thinking about how can we make sure that people get to have fulfilling lives? And I think that becomes really valuable. We disagree less than I think you think we do, Atomica. Perhaps the only point we disagree on is that I don't think anyone should be at college because of athletics in the first place. Oh yeah, Javi, totally. And some sports are super toxic. And what's interesting to me is that I don't think it's intrinsic to the sport, because a sport, like, so for example, there's a lot of really toxic masculinity and toxic fan culture around soccer in Europe, but less so in the United States. That happens around football in the United States. And rugby, right, or Australian rules football in Australia. So like what that toxic sport is different based on which countries you are. I'm not trying to reform your points. I do apologize if I see it that way. I'm responding according to what I think you're saying. Don't forget that there is a limit. There is a limit to context of chat. Yeah. So much toxic. So it's interesting, right? The ways in which what sports are toxic end up being a little bit different based on the country you're in. Like in some places, hockey is super toxic, has a toxic culture around it, and some that doesn't. I imagine. Yeah, so that's right. I mean, one of the problems is the ways in which we use sports as an extension of nationalism, and that's really bad. I can't. Yeah, whereas in the United States, so PH might find this interesting. Because of the fact that soccer is seen as elitist in the United States, here, let me come here. Because of the fact that soccer is seen as elitist in the United States, if you say you don't like soccer in the United States, nobody cares. People are like, oh, good for you. I mean, soccer is the sport of the rich elite anyway, so like, whatever, soccer's stupid. But if you said you didn't like football, people would think that there's something wrong with you. So it's interesting how in each country that ends up being really different. So here's the thing, y'all.
Can't let the smoke from thunder.
I don't like baseball. Yeah, right. Although actually, baseball is no longer the most popular sport in the United States. You can say you don't like baseball without people being weird. Yeah, but but football has overtaken baseball as America's pastime, which I think is super interesting. Tolan says, people just laugh at me for being a shinty player if they have no idea what it is. If they do, they think I'm insane. Yeah. But you can't say you don't like the Indians if you're in Cleveland. Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Closer to Banuka lands.
People
should exercise some caution.
NPCs are talking. So, you know, here, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna just walk over to the save point. Right? We're just gonna walk over to the save point, everybody.
Damn wind.
That's all.
Never cared for being
and then I'm
pushed
gonna
around.
save. And then I'm gonna go. Because, you know, I have to eat food. It is food eating time. And there's a save point around here somewhere. And we'll just save and it'll be fine. Oh, there's also looting. Oh, look. looting. And for the record, not
Not too
picking,
much already.
just stating my feelings. I deal with a lot of people that try to out volume and out swear and out extreme debates. It tends to make me a bit more aggressive in discussion. Let's try to be kind about it, so that we can actually hear each other. And big weapon. But I do apologize if you think I was targeting you. I was trying to discuss with you, Krell. We're going to learn each other's conversation methods.
These will keep.
And get better at it, is what I think. I'm just saving. I deal with a lot of people that assume bad faith and ill intent. It makes me angry. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, that we have a lot of really unfortunate ways of... The internet has... Hello, merchant. The internet has a lot of unfortunateness, is what I would say. And I don't mean anybody here, but what I'm saying is that we have often, like, our space... How do I put this? The way that people talk on the internet is often quite traumatic. There's often a lot of... Here we go. We saved it. There we go. We often have... Like, we have people who argue in bad faith, or they assume bad faith or ill intent, or... Ooh, I'm going to be getting food myself. But basically, I think a lot of us... I mean, I won't speak for everyone, but I think many people are dealing with kind of like low-key trauma when interacting online, because so many people online are quite bullying and hostile, and it makes us, nervous. It makes me, like, worry myself, So I think that, like, it's just a thing to sort of note about it. But that said, Atomica has the right idea. I also want to get some food. I need to get some food, and then I need to work on the solo RPG so that we can be ready for next Friday, and then I can set up all the things about it. So we're all gonna get food, everybody. If you're not hungry, don't get food. If you are hungry, get food. I'm hungry. I want the foods. I will see you all on Wednesday for... oh, I need a crock pot. I'm gonna see you all on Wednesday for the Purloin Code on Little Red Dot's channel. And then I will be hosting Critical Role Thursday night. And I'm pretty sure what's going to happen then is that I'm going to be running this solo RPG on Friday at 6 p.m. But I will put it up on my calendar, and we will know. We will know. Oh no! Oh no! Purloin Code. Yeah, it is kind of late. That's why East Coast times. It's not as bad, but I understand it. All right, everybody, you're the best. Thank you all, and I appreciate everybody sort of, using your words and talking with each other and coming to understandings, and I appreciate that. So I want you to know that I have good faith in you all, and I think you all are excellent, and I will catch you next week. I'll see... Oh, sorry, I forgot. We have a Discord, and if you're not a member of the Discord and you want to be a member of the Discord, please join it. And also, you can follow if you like. There's a follow button probably up there. You can find us on YouTube, where I put all the archives of these shows, and when I get a better camera, I'll do videos. And also, I'm on Academic Foxhole at Twitter if you want to see me on Twitter. And I also have a Patreon that I'm using to sort of build up so I can go and pay cast members for a regular show on my channel. So that's all I got going on. And I will see you all. I'll catch you on the flip side. Take care, everybody. Be good. Be good.